Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and this time around I want to talk about my Ning Fei build. A lot of people have been asking me about it. They want to know what stuff I run, artifacts, weapon, and everything, so I'm going to make sure that I touch on everything. So first of all, what do you want to run him? If there's a lot of arc kills, a lot of rapid fire shinkes you want to take care of, or you need to go zoom zoom, you want to go fast for farming artifacts, expanse, you want to speedrun expanse, or you want to speedrun the calamity ops, you want to try to get the best ranks, you definitely want a Ningfay in your team. Let's go over his kit. His kit is very simple in my opinion, there's not too much going on, so let's get into it. So first of all, his clone. We got a side trick, basically you dodge, forward, backwards, whatever. You spawn in a clone, it's gonna take a little bit of aggro from the mobs, and it's gonna give you acceleration, which is like bonus movement speed. Super important, super cool movement ability. Next, lightning strike. You leap forward, do a smash into the ground, good damage. Your clone is gonna copy it, and what's important is it applies corrupt. Corrupt is a debuff that prevents health regen, increase their damage taken. So you're gonna do more damage with your weapons and your super as well. And you may want to make sure that you, before you're doing damage or to a boss or Shinka or whatever, mini boss, whatever, you want to make sure that you hit your lightning strike on them. So next up, we have a super. Roaming super, pretty nice, very simple as well. You just mash around, you're just like chain lightning around, do good damage, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. What's really important about it is that it has a very low cooldown. Very low cooldown, as you can see, it's a 1 minute, so super fast. You want to make sure that you use it as much as possible. Next, our traits, really important. The first one, whenever you get a kill with lightning strike, our smash, you get a whole side trick ability back, whole charge back. It's super important to know. This is a really good for speedrunning, for moving around. So you do clone, lightning strike, you get a kill, clone again. So you can do 2 clones back to back basically. Next up, anytime that we hit it with our super, we get an increased damage. And it goes up to 100%, 10% per stack per hit, 100%. Crazy good damage increase, really important to know. And then our final one, which is called the lightning fast reload. Guess what it gives? Yeah, a lightning fast reload speed on our weapon, super fast. And then our weapon mastery is gonna basically give us a every time that we hit an ability, we get we use an ability, we get our overloaded arc buff that basically gives a little bit of extra damage on chain lightning effect. Let's get in the firing range. So as we said, dodge, we get a lightning strike kill and we get a dodge back. But why do I have 2 clones already? So in your talent tree, this is important. Obviously, this is the maxing a character. I don't think any of this is mandatory to the character. Like if you miss any of these, your character is not gonna be unplayable. Obviously, it will be much stronger with all these upgrades, but you can still use this as effectively. Let's go over them really quickly. So mirror image, you get 2 clones, 2 clone charges. This is super important if you're trying to speedrun stuff. You definitely want this one. You definitely need to have it. Second one, you get extra damage when you come out invisibility, when you pop your side trick. It's whatever, it's here, it's nice, sure. Nothing too fancy. Thunder Descent, you get a lightning strike. It gets a power increase to 40%, and your clone does 20% more damage. Nice, really good addition, but nothing too crazy. High voltage current, whenever you do damage with your overload, so your weapon mastery, you do more damage on the first target. This you can notice when you're about to do damage to a target, to a boss, because that's the only target you're doing it. So you want to make sure that you stack up all the max charges. The last 2 are where the stuff that get crazy. So chain tricks, basically your axe stuff lasts 30% longer, and your final one, as for projection, basically makes your arc stuff um, copied by your clones. So your clones are gonna use your art stuff as well, and are gonna copy your attack, doing 20% of the damage. So this is really important. You want to make sure that when you're about to do damage with your super, you also pop your clones, as many clones as possible. So we're now in the firing range, and before hitting on like artifacts and weapons, I want to showcase a little bit of like a movement. Obviously, maybe you're seeing like clips and my previous videos. So obviously, again, really cool movement attacks. So jump, jump. You have two clones and a smash. Look how far you go. It's really super important to start like learning how to use them. Nothing too crazy, not really hard, but yeah, you can mix and match them. You can do clones, mash, and then a clone again. When you jump, obviously, like it keeps the momentum, so it's really important to also not forget. Whenever you get a kill with lightning strike, you also get your clone back. So you could possibly do like clone, clone, lightning strike, and clone again. So 3 clones and a lightning strike. Super fast, super cool. Now, if you notice, whenever I click an ability, I get 6 stacks of overload damage. Here, I'm gonna show you how much damage increase it is. So this is the damage with 24 stacks, max stacks. The white numbers obviously are the overload stacks, and we hit for 506k DPS. Right? Let's do it again. Let's get full ammo. So 506 down to 205, basically less than 50% damage. Obviously, these charges we went in with full stacks, so our combo could be even better. Obviously, we're gonna use our abilities, so we're gonna proc our artifacts, and so it should look like something like this. Corrupt, dodge, corrupt, damage. When you're about to finish your stacks, you do even more. So 785k damage, obviously, with the artifacts. So if you would go into boss damage, ideally you want to pre-proc and pre-stack up your overload stacks. So 24. Pop the guy. So now we have 24 stacks. That's why we're going into damage. We're waiting for our abilities. We don't need to wait, whatever. So now we do the full combo. And there you go. It's 1,200,000. 1,200,000 DPS. Right? Ridiculous amount of damage. And the same again, you can do it with your our stuff. Let's do a arc stuff rotation. Don't clone. 500k. Pretty good damage, in my opinion. $500k, yeah. So now let's go over is artifacts. So artifacts, this is the most important thing about the character. You wanna invest as much as you can in those ones, because it's gonna take a while. It's a long grind. They go up to 3k, and obviously these are the most important part of the character, honestly. There's a big night and day difference from a good character and a bad character, and it relies all basically onto these. So I'm running Nimble Veil, Healing Veil, Rampage Impact, and Bellicose Planetesimum. Why? All these abilities, basically, artifacts, sorry, they all rely on your abilities uptime, basically. Every 2 seconds, anytime I cast an ability, I get 3 seconds of damage reduction, 40% damage reduction, and again, both my clone and my smash, the lightning strike, they both count as movement abilities. So, and I have basically a super low cooldown. I always have an ability up, so I always have 40% damage reduction. I always heal up to 16% every time that I hit one. And then the offensive side, summoning, which obviously whenever I dodge and make a clone, that counts as a summon, grants me the wielder, so the character, 33% damage. This is also damage that you give to your super, not just your weapons. So you cast your clone, you get 6 seconds of 33% damage, and on top of it, and again, if you hit one of your 2 abilities, you also get plus 30% weapon damage. So by casting just your clone once, you get 6 seconds of 63% weapon damage, which is crazy. Um, these are the best ones in my opinion by far. That's what I'm running and that's what I'm sticking to. So, but if you have any idea on or some tips on something you have found, definitely reach out and let me know in the comments. Next up, what are we looking for in the stats? Stats, as you can see, most importantly, weapon enhancement. Weapon enhancement, next, arc boost, super boost, and then ability strength. Sadly, I'm missing one, but yeah. Ideally, you want weapon, arc boost, super, and then ability strength. This one, for instance, is actually God roll. I'm super glad that I got it. I've been grinding them non-stop. And you definitely want to, again, as I said, invest as much time as possible into farming them in the chaos, because these are very important. So my opinion, you should definitely focus up on those two and the offensive ones. Those two don't really do too much, as in the these stats here. They're great, but nothing too crazy. In the defensive side, if you notice, even high level, you don't really take too much damage. It's really hard to stay, it's really easy to stay alive. So you definitely want to make sure that you kill things fast. So put all your effort into those two first, and then take care of their other two defensive ones. So obviously, when you're high up, high end of the game, you want to bring them to 2800, and then they're gonna start asking for 15 instead of 12. So it's gonna be more expensive. So yeah, focus those two, and make sure that you get the right stats. The right stats are important. So there's a trick that a lot of people are doing, is that they're using the mythic ones because they're really easy to level up. They don't ask for the what are they even called? I don't remember. Wait, hold on. These things, artifactual essence, they don't ask for these. So obviously you need the pinnacle energy for those, but they just ask for the materials, these materials here. So basically it's pretty free. You can just spam the Xur mode, the chaos one, and you can just keep getting them, keep dismantling them, and just like keep enhancing them and refactoring them until you get a god roll. These are really fast to get. You're gonna have 3 stats, the ones that you want. Obviously you want to get the best ones, and you want to level them up as quickly as possible. So yeah, these are really important. Again, I can't fathom how much important these are, and having the right stats is how important it is. So yeah, make sure you get these stats, make sure you get these artifacts. Next, we have, finishing off, we have our weapons. I don't need to say even anything, I guess, but the crossbow is nuts. This crossbow is crazy. You wanna invest everything into the crossbow, and getting the crossbow as fast as possible to maxed out is the most important thing that you can do on Ningfay, obviously. Then we have our SMG. I went with the Wolfpack. This thing is super important in my opinion, instead of the Kulfi, because in this game we have the elements shields that are super tough to destroy. They take so like forever to kill if you don't have the right element, if you don't match the element. So you definitely want to bring the matching element into your activities, and having an SMG, so having 2 elements on your character instead of just one is super important, because you just open up your character to more activities. So make sure to run Wolfpack. Again, in my opinion, Wolfpack is definitely the better choice. Weapon wise, perks wise, sorry, you definitely want to bring Annihilation and Hyperemia. Why? Annihilation, basically the more damage, the lower health the mobs have, the more damage you do, up to like 65% with a perk upgrade. This is massive. This is massive because when you're higher in the end game, the mobs have much more life, and so you wanna make sure that you kill them as fast as possible, obviously. And having this perk is gonna help you out quite substantially. Next perk, Hyperemia, by far the better out of the three perks. They all work the same. Black Body, Gluttony, Hyperemia, they basically work the same. You get a kill, get a stack, and the stack give you damage. And they have like different. They last basically like a little bit longer, but they give less amount of damage per stacks. They have more stacks, as you can see. Glutton, 15 stacks. With the perk upgrade you get 4 more, so 19, and this lasts until the current stage is cleared. Yeah, sure, I mean it's cool, but it takes forever to stack up, while you get a single kill with Hyperemia and you get 16% damage. 16% damage buff with a single kill. Basically, it's super impactful, more impactful, super quickly. You get a kill, you already have a 20% damage increase. No brainer, the best in slot in my opinion. So go for these two. And obviously farm your exotic weapon mods that match the perk in your slots. So yeah, go for them. Each upgrade, it gives you 106 power increase, so like you're already getting 480 power just out of the right mods. So yeah, make sure to use this. Make sure obviously to also level up the seasonal gear and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing that I'm missing to say is the companions. I mean, obviously you're gonna use Caber, no brainer. There's no need to say anything else. In here, you definitely want to use, in my opinion, Atal. You want to have your buff to last longer. 20% is a big increase. Having like a couple of extra seconds of your movement speed or your reload speed or whatever is definitely much more useful than anything else, which is like damage taken, maximum health, whatever. Like you don't need any of this stuff. You can maybe make an argument for the debuff duration on your corrupt. This works on your corrupt as again your corruption. Nice, sure. It's pretty much the same. I would say it's pretty much the same. So I would say definitely go with that all, or maybe go with the highest ones that you have in terms of rank. So that's it. That's pretty much it. Definitely play with the Ning Fei, strong character, super strong character. You want to max him out, in my opinion. He's one of the best ones, especially in a game with leaderboards where you have like rankings where you're gonna want to go fast. You definitely want to have a Ning Fei in your team. You want to definitely have a Ning Fei in your roster. So make sure to let me know how is the build guide, how you're finding yourself, how is the commentary, the explanation, and what do you think about my choices with the artifacts and weapons and everything, and what do you think about my videos. So let me know, and I'll take care, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye.